and TV show recaps. We review and read them too, as long as they're Black, Brian and Lamar hosting the show. Remain unbiased in case you don't know. Now you know. There's nothing but competition. It's out to the imagination. If you don't know, now you know.
Disclaimer: no matter if we liked your movie, liked your show, or hated the show, or hated your movie, doesn't matter. We respect you, shout outs to you, and we support you. And we try to get everybody else to support you like we support you. Black on Black Prime, we stand on what we say, though.
And just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off.
Hey, you sure you good?
As long as I don't ever see her face to face again, I ain't gonna trip on none of it.
You know, I just don't want to see you, lose it. You end up doing something that you can't come back from.
Please believe me, I'm very conscious of every decision I make. I don't trust your ass.
You didn't trust us this whole time?
By no means do I take disrespect lightly. Apologize for your very disrespectful question.
Apologize for what?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. You got 5 seconds, or it's gonna get a hell of a lot more uncomfortable than it already is in this motherfucker.
Yeah. We are back.
Talking about something Jaleel White said yesterday during an interview, and this is what he said.
Being a part of the TGIF brand sometimes makes you feel like you don't completely belong in the pantheon of Blackness. You know, Blackness has been treated as a very monolithic experience in entertainment. You know, if it's not a hood story, it's not a Black story. You know, sometimes I feel left out of that, so it's like, like if there's ever a poll and they say, oh, what are your favorite Black shows? Martin is in there, or Living Single, or any of those guys. I already know we coming in last. But if there's ever a poll and it's just like your favorite family shows and suddenly Martin's not in there or whatever, all of a sudden we rank really high. And so it's kind of interesting in how we look at ourselves, to be quite honest, even as Black folks.
So we're asking what.
Now listen back to it, I'm just like, I feel like, what are you mad at if, what's it called?
Yeah.
You got one, okay, yeah, in family shows you rank hella high, cool. Who gives a fuck about what you rank in Black hood films or stories, nigga? Like, don't give a fuck.
And that's why I said before we decided to talk about this, I said I feel like people twisted his words. I feel like what he said made sense. So, but at the same time, at the end of him making sense, his final statement was kind of like he was being shunned, or like Black people need to look at themselves. It's like, for what? Like that is what it is. That is what it is. What he just said. Like, if you ask me the top Black shows, I'm never going to say Family Matters. It's just not. It's not up there for me. Like, well, sorry.
And I think it just depends on the person, because I'll say Family Matters is up there. Am I going to give them top 5?
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, am I going to give them top 5? No, but
no,
they in there.
Are they in your top 10?
I have to think about all of them. That's hard. It's like off the top of my head right now, it's like I'm gonna end up missing something. So it's just like, I can say it's very high, and I'm probably one of the only people that's gonna put Family Matters above the Cosbys. And the only reason why I do that is because I didn't really watch the Cosbys, so I'm not judging it off the show. I'm judging it off of what I saw versus what I didn't see. Like I watched episodes of the Cosbys, but I can't give you, oh man, what this episode was about in full, like what this season was about in full, like when this person did this and what happened after that. I don't remember. I don't know.
It. I think the reason why, and I don't ever like top black, top families, anything. I don't ever mention Family Matters is because it got to a point where Family Matters was bullshit. It got to a certain point where bullshit was just happening. Like when the teleport shit was just dead. Like all we do is teleport now. It's like, and then I think even Jaleel White said it got ridiculous when he started becoming Bruce Lee and shit. Like it was funny, yeah, but it ain't something like I'm running the turn back on. It became ridiculous.
Yeah, and the funny part about it is, like, as a kid back then, some of that shit was just like when he turned into Bruce Lee, I was like, I'm a kid. I'm just like, oh, that's cool, whatever. You know what I mean? When he turned into like Elvis Presley, who gives a fuck about Elvis Presley, right? But like, I thought the show was good up until a point as well, because I started to get older. That show ended in 98, so by like 97, 98, I probably wasn't fucking with it as much as I was fucking with it as a kid. Like, well, you know, I was about to be 13, 14 years old. I probably was just like, man, shit goofy. But
I'm keep playing outside now. I don't even want to watch this shit.
Right. But it was like for a good 5 seasons, I felt like it was a really solid show. And I wouldn't put it like, I'd put it in top black shows. I don't even know if I'd do a hood, because what he was talking about, and I think what everybody's talking about right now, is like he was talking about shows that are quote unquote hood. It's like, was Martin technically a hood show? Living Single, was that a hood show? Like,
and it's fucked up that he classified it that way. Yeah. I would say that like he kind of classified it that way by saying top. He kind of, without using the word, said top hood shows versus top family shows.
Right,
because he said top black shows. Yes, a hood show is definitely South Central. I would damn near say Moesha is borderline a hood show. But to me, I do you see Martin as a hood show?
No, I never looked at it like that, bro. I just looked at it as the Black Goat show, though. Like, it's up there. Like, it's, you know what I mean, one of the best sitcom. I put that top sitcom ever.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah. So, but like when I think about, like, I don't know if I would classify it as like a hood story, you know what I mean? Now, like, as far as culture goes, like, yeah, there was a lot of things in there. Like, Martin used to wear the college sweaters, black college sweaters, he used to wear the J's. So it was just like it wasn't just a show with him. It was like everything. It was like black love, and he had the black power fist and all of that kind of. It was just like a lot of shit going on in Martin that, you know, I guess what people will say was for the culture. You know what I mean? Like, Living Single was like for the culture and all of that. Was, you know, Wayne's Brothers, Jamie Foxx. I don't even look at Jamie Foxx as just like, that's not a hood show.
No,
show about
but I'm saying we don't classify none of this shit as a hood show. That's not a thing we think of. We don't call these hood shows. But I think he was kind of saying without saying it by saying like Family Matters ain't hood enough for black people to accept. I feel like that's what he was getting at with the way he ended it when he said we got to kind of look at ourselves and what we judge. Like, what are you talking about, nigga? Like, that's just because we don't place Family Matters up top black show. That doesn't mean we're not comparing it to be, because I place Cosby Show. Cosby Show is a top black show,
right?
So it's like, just because I don't put Family Matters up there, is Cosby Show considered a hood show now? In his opinion, it's like that. That's ridiculous. If that's how he's looking at it, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think he understood that. Like, Family Matters was,
Family Matters was
bad. Like,
Family Matters was Michael Jackson when he was black and then turned white.
That's a good analogy. It definitely got to a point. Even though I like white Michael Jackson,
yeah, we do. but we don't put white Michael Jackson songs with black Michael Jackson songs,
right?
Yeah. Well, no, we do. It's like, how do we
So there are so when I think white Michael Jackson, I don't think bad Michael Jackson, even though he was lighter. So white Michael Jackson to me is like when he was like making like Invisible, you know, even though I like Invisible was cool, but you know what I mean? We don't put Invisible next to Off the Wall and Thriller. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like it's still, we still hold on to his black music, but it don't hit the same. It ain't right. It feels like the soul is kind of gone a little bit, but we still fuck with it. Yeah. And that's what Family Matters started doing when it's like it It was Cosby's show-esque. No, it wasn't even that. God damn. Like Family Matters was a good black suburban show.
It got
They had hood elements happening around it. They was in Chicago.
Yeah, it got too like fantasy though. I think it got too like sci-fi-ish or whatever, and he's turning into different people. A lot of shows didn't do that. You know what I mean? They might have had different characters like, Martin Planche and Nene and stuff like that, but Martin didn't drink some liquid and turn himself into like Martine. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm a new nigga, you know what I mean? Now, so it's like his show kind of got to the point to where it got fantasy, and I think that's where it probably lost a lot of black people. Black people, they want real, they want to relate. You know what I mean? I can't relate to being a nerd and taking some medicine, and it was cool. It was a cool show.
Right. Stefan was cool, but it was just like, okay, let's not stop at Stefan. Let's do fucking a mad scientist. Now he's everybody. Now he can just be whoever he wants to be. So it kind of takes you out of the regular black sitcom world. So that's why nobody thinks of that at first. With shows, the ending means a lot. How your show goes off means a lot to everybody.
Horrible last season. Like I remember that season. It was just bad. It wasn't, like Stefan was there sometimes and Steve at the same time.
Oh no, they were there. They were both in the world.
Yeah, they were two different themselves. You know what I mean? And then like Steve, his character kind of just became like secondary a little bit. You know what I mean? And then when Harriet Winslow left, it just really went downhill from there. I was just like, who's this new lady that played the Players Club mama? I was like, why y'all
I don't want to hear nothing
about you at that bar. Yeah, it wasn't good no more, man. Eddie became a cop or whatever. It went down.
What's funny?
That show went like downhill, and I think that's where the issue comes in.
You know what's funny? Everything you're saying, I don't even remember. I remember them switching to the light skin mom. I've never seen the last season of Family Matters. I don't remember Eddie becoming no cop.
Oh man, it was bad. It wasn't good, bro.
You know what they could have done? What they could have done? They could have took the one-on-one approach and just because there was a point where Eddie and Waldo went to college, and then Steve had moved to college too. They could have just took that angle of like give them their own spinoff, like get rid of the Family Matters element. Like I think if they'd have did that, it would have ran longer and it'd been cool.
Yeah,
because I liked seeing Eddie and Waldo in college. Like I liked when you got to see that different angle. They outside of that house with fucking wobblehead Carl Winslow. It's like when they got away from that shit for a minute, that shit was cold. Like it became cool.
Yeah, I think that's what it was missing too. It started to miss like it wasn't cool no more to watch that show. You know what I mean?
Let them grow up. Let them grow up.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing Urkel was talking about, them trying to do a reboot. Like the reboot idea is trash. Like, Laura and Urkel have a baby, and then the baby's like Steve Urkel. Nobody's watching that shit, man.
So okay, you know how they would watch it? They would have to overly Disney Channel it. Then they would get the young. They would get the young kids.
Yeah, I think they'd have to dramatize it if it's a comedy.
Oh no, that wouldn't work for that. I'm saying because if you do a goofy ass Urkel kid, it'd have to be like like the Disney Channel shows. It had to be like that, and it could not be for the people that grew up on that shit. It would have to be a whole different world. Right. It's kind of like they did Boy Meets World. Boy Meets World came back, and that was for Disney Channel. Like they did a whole
World.
Yeah, that shit had nothing to do with us. It's like you got to do it for that audience. You could do it. It just had to be for them.
And I think that's what Jalil doesn't want to do. He wants to make it for the people that enjoyed the show back in the day and for the new class. You know what I mean? It's like you don't want to just write out the the old, school people. He wanted them to enjoy it as well. So you put on Disney Channel, kids, it probably will blow up. But I think he wants that respect still. I think it's a little bit of like him just being upset of coming at the bottom of those lists. That's all it is for him. I think that's the reason why he's talking about it. It ain't got nothing to do with hood stuff, ghettos. That's just you're at the bottom of most lists. When it comes to it's like black polls that niggas make at their house. Like, this ain't no, it's no magazine, no TV show made this poll. Nigga is niggas at the crib.
Where he messed up is passing judgment on African Americans because we don't place that show on our list. Right. That's the wrong approach. Like you can't you can't be mad because it's like ain't nobody disrespecting Family Matters at the same time. We just ain't putting a okay. We make a list. Don't nobody say 227 on that motherfucker. Like like they should get mad too. Fuck it. Like you know what I mean. Regina King should be like fuck you niggas. Like she ain't doing that. We know what that is.
Yeah.
Don't nobody say sister nigga. That shit ran for hella long.
There's a lot of shows that people don't mention in these lists. Like somebody made a top 20 list, nigga. Like 227 it's probably not gonna make it, bro.
Right. It's not
top 20
for certain people's list. That shit ain't gonna make it. It's like, but you don't turn around and be like, oh, niggas only like nigga shit. Like, you can't do that because we didn't put your shit in our list.
But it's an age group though. It's that 30 to 40 generation right now. You know what I mean? Like that generation's list is like very like critical or whatever. Like Martin's always at the top of Fresh Prince. You know, you got Wayne's Brothers. You know, a lot of people don't fuck with Wayne's Brothers though. But I feel like Wayne's Brothers ain't never in a lot of people's top fives for some reason.
Right.
They'll put like Fresh Prince and Martin is at the top always. You know, then they add the Cosby Show. Living Single's always up there.
Yeah.
Did you watch One-on-One when it came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I never really got into that show. You know, I feel
I fucked with One-on-One.
Yeah, so it's just like I don't put that show. Like if I had a top 20, I probably wouldn't be it. It's hard to even say what my top 20 would be. I'm trying to think of all the shows, but I don't know if One-on-One would be there.
No, I don't know if it would either. It's my top 20 would be a lot different from a lot of people's top 20. It will be.
Does it have the Jeffersons in it?
Never. I didn't watch the Jeffersons like that.
What about What's Happening?
I didn't watch that shit either.
What's Happening was kind of funny. I didn't watch all the seasons, but I watched it.
That's what I'm saying. So when I say I didn't watch it, that don't mean I've never seen it. I mean, I didn't watch it. Like I wasn't like scrolling the channels like, oh shit, what's happening? What's happening is all. Shit wasn't for me. That wasn't my generation. My generation is Living Single and Martin and Jamie Foxx Show and Wayans Brothers. It's like that's my generation of shows. My generation of black shows. Kenan and Kel isn't being in there for me, and I know a lot of niggas is gonna be like, "Nigga, fuck you and that," and I don't give a fuck. Kenan and Kel will be in my top.
You said it's not.
I said it is gonna be in my.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Kenan and Kel was.
But I'm saying a lot of niggas that's too cool for school. A lot of niggas that act like they didn't dance the hammer is gonna pass their judgments and be like, "That's buffoonery." Like, nigga, shut up, nigga. Like, you like what you like. Niggas is too cool for school, and that's the problem.
That shit was hilarious. It would definitely be in my top 20. I don't know about 10, but I was like, there's so many. It was so many shows. You know, the shows that I don't even remember, but a lot of the shows I feel like it's got to at least have 5 seasons to be like a part of that. You know, sitcom, that black sitcom, goated, what Mount Rushmore, whatever you want to call it. Like, you can't just be like, it can't be a Sparks. You know what I mean? It just came and.
I mean, if a nigga like Sparks, he put in this shit. That's it.
That's wild. It was like
can't tell a nigga nothing. If I like Sparks, nigga, if I liked Homeboys in Outer Space and I said it's my number 2 show of all time, who gonna tell me no?
1 season, 3 episodes, probably.
Who gonna tell me no?
I'm like, nigga, you wildin'.
I'm gonna be like, nigga, Thea.
I'll be like, that's out.
Thea, nigga.
Nigga, Homeboys in Outer Space is out. Thea is crazy.
Thea's in the list, nigga.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I and it's hard for me to just like even say because like a lot of people just really don't fuck with that show. Like you know, my kids fuck with that show because I put them on it, but it's just like that's not something that like a lot of people just throw on. Like I'll throw on Family Matters in a minute.
That's the thing, I wouldn't. And I think it's more so the if they would have stayed in the vein of what they was doing and it didn't get to the sci-fi imaginary shit that they was doing, I don't think the judgments would be the same from my end. I think it became weird. It became I don't know. Like maybe it's like you said, we was getting older. It was getting older,
and they were chasing ratings at the end of the day. Like it was like shit. We got to do something because the audience that is watching the show, they want to see Stefan come back. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Was Fresh Prince and Martin around before Family Matters went off?
Yeah, because Family Matters went off in like '98.
And Fresh Prince and Martin, yeah. So when did Martin go off?
95.
Okay, so they was past. What about Fresh Prince?
97. Yeah, it didn't go to 90. I feel like Fresh Prince went from like 91 to like 97, something like that.
So I think with the molding or with the transition of caring about the shit that I could relate to when you had Martin and you had Fresh Prince, like shows start to come out to the shit I could relate to rather than Urkel. It's like it kind of like as you grow, what you pay attention to. I didn't care about the Steve Urkel chambers and shit and drinking juices when I'm watching Martin and watching Fresh Prince. You know what I mean? Like now I'm past that. Now I'm off that. Now I don't want to see that shit no more.
Nah, I think that's my what you said. That's probably really it. Like people just grew up out of Family Matters into different shows. Like even though we probably wasn't supposed to be watching Martin, it was an adult show. We was watching it probably like at like 10. It was just like, oh, this show is funnier. You know what I mean? This show is just better now. And Family Matters was getting worse. It wasn't getting better.
No, it was like they was running out of ideas, and they should have just canceled the shit when it was time to cancel it.
Six seasons, I think, would have been perfect.
Right, like stop it here.
What's going on? Like it was. I saw an episode recently, nigga. That shit made me sick because I was just like, it was a whole episode about Stefan coming back to perform at this club, and it's like now out of nowhere, Laura can sing. Like she's singing to Stefan. Like it's like the whole episode. And, you know, Orlando Brown's in it now as 3J. I'm just like, oh, this shit it's not good anymore. It's not even about family issues or nothing. It was almost. It's funny. It was almost too sexy for TV. Like you watch the episode, I'm just like, damn, they gonna fuck or what was going on? I was waiting for a sex scene. I'm just too grown now. And I was like, this whole episode is ridiculous.
I think I was tapped out by then. I don't even. It's a lot I don't remember from Family.
Yeah, that's.
And I shouldn't have laughed, but I just saw a clip. It was like this is how real Family Matters was, and it had the clip started. It was at the locker, and Urkel had the letter that Laura got, and he balled it up and slapped it on the ground. And then she closed the locker and it said, "Nigga."
That shit was crazy. I remember that episode vividly, nigga. Everybody just looking around that music camera. Brandon.
It was like, da-da-da. And then close up.
And then they go back home. It's like, I'm sorry you had to go through this. Why do we keep doing this to each other? The grandma's there. She's like 95. She was just like, I swear to God, back in my days, I had to go through the same thing. They had us picking cotton at the school. Grandma didn't know. Them episodes it was like, man, it's like as a kid, you be like, emotional with it. You be like, damn, that's crazy. when Laura sold her grandmama's quilt and made like $40,
oh my God,
she was just
sold it to that white lady.
Yeah, she was just like, I don't never think I can forgive you again. Grandma, bitch, fuck you. And grandma was hot. Nigga, she was like, that's been in our family for 79 years.
Fuck you, Laura. Fuck you, Carl, for making this little bitch. She was hot. She was like, please, can I take it back? My grandma made that. It's in my family. Like, nigga, it's a...
Like, white lady was like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. This shit's $600. $600, nigga. Take it or leave it, nigga.
Oh, man.
Fucking Laura. I mean, it was that Steve lost Laura's. No. I think he threw away the doll or something. Nigga went to the trash can all night on Christmas to find this doll.
Yeah. Oh, when he dunked in the dumpster.
Yeah. All that shit I just remember growing up, and I was like, man, it's a good ass show, man.
That nigga got a kiss in the cheek for that.
He did.
That's it, nigga. She
bitch,
still fucking with somebody else.
He was like, oh my God. Next episode, Steve, get the fuck out. Like, bitch, bitch, I done searched through dumpsters for your motherfucking ass. Laura's hella fucked up. Laura was cold as fuck. Steve, get out.
Who was worse, nigga? I don't know if I asked you before. Who was worse, Frank or Carl Winslow?
Frank or Carl Winslow. As far as what though? Like just him being a father?
Who would you want to be your father out of those two?
Shit, nigga, none of them, nigga.
If you had to choose what?
I'll probably choose Carl Winslow only because nigga Frank was just always like real goofy to me. Like just his haircut and everything was just goofy.
You said Carl wasn't goofy?
I mean, he was, but I mean, he was just goofy because like I can't judge Carl off the way that he looked versus the way that fucking Frank act. Like Frank was just a nigga coming out there acting hella goofy all the time with that weird vest on.
I don't know.
Carl Winslow was just a regular dad. What was wrong with Carl Winslow?
Nigga, with Frank, you would have got a Saturn. Nigga, he would have bought you a Saturn for your birthday. Frank was a real nigga. He had kids. He was lying about.
He was a real nigga. Maybe I got Family Matters biased, nigga, but I don't think that was wrong with Carl Winslow. That nigga was just a big dude that was a cop.
He was a cop, nigga, and he judged his son.
That nigga, Eddie needs to be judged sometimes. They was doing some dumbass shit, bro. Eddie did some dumbass shit half the time. It's like, what are you doing? Sorry, Dad. The nigga came home drunk. Nigga, like, Dad was just like, nigga, you can't come in my house drunk. Nigga, what's wrong with you? Dad, I'm 17. He's like, nigga, you ain't legal age yet. Nigga, shut up. What the fuck you arguing with me about? Nigga, you ain't 21.
That's not how he talked to him, though.
He didn't. But he did yell at that nigga a couple times. He's like, that's not the point, Eddie. Get the fuck out of my house. That nigga Carl told that nigga get out of his house.
But I just think Harriet ran Carl.
I mean, yeah, she was like she was like a relatable, like, black mother. She was hella chill. She was kind of comical a little bit. You know what I mean? Carl wasn't really funny. He always had like, he was just irritated all the time.
All the time, nigga.
I was trying to relax. Nobody would let a nigga relax. Nigga come out the living room. Nigga come out the kitchen with like a 12-foot sub for himself. About to watch the game, and then Urkel come in there and fuck the whole shit up.
In an Old Navy sweater and some slacks. And all he wanted to do was watch the game.
That's it. Nigga wanted to watch the Bears play. Nigga eat his 12-foot sub on his own. That shit all bread. It was and one thin slice of meat. Nigga, why was sub so big back in the day?
I don't know. I used to get mad, nigga, because I used to see him and fucking Cliff on Cosby Show always had that big ass sandwich.
It was like, nigga, sandwiches.
What was that?
Nigga, that shit was like middle class. We made it sandwiches. Like, as a middle class black nigga, you can make a big sandwich, nigga. You made it.
Oh man, I don't know. Jaleel had a point up until he turned around and judged all black America. You can't do that, nigga.
Yeah,
you can't. You cannot. I get you was on the show, and that's why you got biased. But calm down, nigga. Come on, like you know, it's black people more so relate to other black shit, other black shows. We relate to Fresh Prince more than we relate to. In Fresh Prince, they was rich.
Yeah.
But we related to what was going on in that show more than this. It got goofy.
Yeah. Fresh Prince was a better show too. Just like as far as, you know.
I guarantee I can list at least 15 shows before I put Family Matters on it. Guaranteed.
I don't know if you can do that, man.
I can do it.
Family Matters is in there for you. It's at least number 15.
Count it up right now. I got Cosby Show. I got Martin. I got Wayans Brothers. I got Steve Harvey Show. I got Jamie Foxx Show.
I don't get put nowhere either, by the way. Steve Harvey Show never gets put anywhere.
Yeah. But do you call the Bernie Mac Show a sitcom, or what do you call it?
I would say it's a sitcom, even though it didn't have no laugh. Did it have a laugh track? No, it had no laugh track. That's the only thing that was different about it. Just didn't have no laugh track. I would call it.
So we're doing laugh tracks.
I would call it a sitcom. I would keep it in there.
Okay, Bernie Mac Show, My Wife and Kids, Living Single, Parenthood.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say Fresh Prince? I don't remember what I'm saying now.
You said Fresh Prince. I kind of remember, but you putting Parenthood over Family Matters is crazy.
Absolutely.
That's wild.
Absolutely. This nigga don't cut me out, nigga.
That's strange. You biased because of Robin Townsend, man.
I really fuck with the Parenthood. I really do.
It was cool.
Whatever, nigga. Let me just my list.
Better not say the Hughley. You better not say the Hughley.
Kid and the Kill. I almost said the Hugleys, but I ain't gonna do that. Kid and the Kill.
Okay, that's 10.
Family
Matters, nigga. 11.
Did I say the Cosby Show?
You did. I was number 1.
And I said Martin.
You did.
Family One-on-one.
Matters, nigga.
No, one-on-one.
Nah, you all.
You can't tell me what I can do.
That's crazy.
All of Us.
You better go to hell with that shit. This nigga, you say half and half, I'm gonna turn it off the podcast. This nigga just naming UPN lineups. That's crazy. That's strange. Nigga, all of us, really? Nigga, what was the main character's name? Nigga crazy. Oh my god.
Shit. Oh shit.
Oh man. That's wild.
Everybody hates Chris.
Yeah, I mean that's good. All of us. That's only 12 shows.
I ain't done.
Yeah,
I'm not done.
Nigga, all of
Hey,
us
take all of us off of there. I'm pushing.
I know. That shit ain't in nobody's top nothing.
Oh shit. A different world.
Okay. I give you that one for sure.
You don't give me what? You don't give me shit.
I ain't gonna give you all of us. I'll tell you that shit.
I'll fuck with Dwayne Martin.
Yeah, all right. That nigga's movie with Vivica Fox was better than that show.
Oh my god. Okay. Miss Pat show.
Nigga going new now, man. You cheating. I'm talking 90s sitcoms, nigga. This nigga talking about 2024 shows.
That wasn't everything I just said was 90s.
That's crazy.
It's more, man. I gotta really look at a list of them. It's more. It's a lot more that I will put above Family Matters.
That's cool. I don't think you would put Family Matters above the Steve Harvey show, though. I mean,
I wouldn't. No,
I don't think you'll put it under it.
Shit, I watch Steve Harvey show all the time.
I don't think you would do it.
I would.
I think you just upset.
If I had the option to turn on Family Matters and Steve Harvey show, I'm turning on Steve Harvey show.
I think you wanted to be Stefan. Back
Hang on, Mr. Cooper's up there, nigga.
That was a good show. Hang on, Mr. Cooper. Good show. That was a good show. Just put Family Matters in there, bro. Like, chill.
I'm telling you, I'm not bullshitting when I said it. It's not even hating or nothing. There's a lot of shows I'll put on before Family Matters. A lot of shows.
All right. Do what you do, bro. Eat your chicken top ramen and watch the shows, man. That shit's out.
All of us is not going on there. I'm full of shit on that one.
Oh man, that was wild. But yeah, man. As far as that whole situation goes, I just feel like he's upset about a list that somebody made that probably don't even really matter. Like just because it's a poll made on somebody's YouTube channel, don't mean that shit is like.
But no, he's not bullshitting in that. It's not. It's literally, you never hear that in the discussion when niggas put Family Matters at the top. That's literally across the board. So I understand what he's getting at. But what I'm saying is he's saying that what he's saying is facts, but his reason for that fact is not, you can't use that. You can't be like, niggas didn't like my shit. That would be like Flex being like, yeah, we made Homos Out of Space and don't nobody mention it when they talk about black shows. It'd be like, nigga, we just didn't fuck with it. That doesn't mean we're judging other black people. If we put Cosby Show in there and don't put Family Matters in there, those are both family shows. So it's like, maybe we like Cosby Show better than that shit. That don't mean black people is doomed because we like Cosby Show and don't like Family Matters. You can't judge it that way.
I think it's because it's not. I think what he did say is right in one part, not what he said about black people need to look at themselves. I think the facts are that Family Matters is not a cool show. So it's just like, to say you like Family Matters is almost like, nigga, what? Like, niggas be looking at you crazy if you like Family Matters. Like, if I said I like Family Matters over Cosby's, I wouldn't win no argument in the barbershop. And I think that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Niggas will be like, nigga, what? Nigga, Dr. Huxtable, nigga, he was da-da-da-da-da. Nigga,
and then it's like, but then at the same time, you'll give you a reason like, well, I didn't really watch Cosby Show growing up. And we'll still be like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Exactly.
Like, how you didn't watch it?
It's not cool enough, nigga. Steve Urkel turning into Bruce Lee and Stefan, all that shit is goofy to us. So to say you like that show is almost to admit that you goofy.
I wouldn't say that though. I would say because when you bring up Stefan around niggas, they love that shit. Niggas loved when Stefan got revealed.
Yeah, I ain't just talking about Stefan. I'm talking about the show as a whole could be considered goofy because of all the shit that went down, all the transformations. People start thinking about Murder
the
Oracle and Bruce Lee's and shit like that. And then they'd be like, oh man, this show is corny.
It's the ending that made it corny. So out of everything before heavy science shit happening was considered cool. That's why I said they should have stopped it before they went to the point of let's just start writing bullshit.
Yeah, if they would have stopped it there, it would have been more of an argument.
Right, it would have been cool, but I think that part makes it corny. So it's like even if you tell somebody I fuck with Family Matters, nobody's gonna argue with black people. It's like they treat Family Matters how hip hop conversations treat Dr. Dre, to where it's like you be talking about niggas will argue with you for the greatest producer. Oh, Timbaland, oh Kanye West, but then when they get to Dr. Dre, be like, oh yeah, Dr. Dre is the king. Oh yeah, he the coldest. But it's like the energy ain't the same. The energy ain't the same when you arguing about Swiss Beats and shit. But you know Dr. Dre is the best out of all of it. But it's kind of like I have to mention him type thing rather than just giving him his credit. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like Family Matters. Everybody knows that's like a staple for black TV. It definitely is. It's a staple. But because it got corny, it kind of takes away from it being a staple. So people will be like, yeah, I still fucking Family Matters, but I'm not watching it because everybody remembers the bullshit. Yeah. Everybody remembers the bullshit that happened afterwards. So it don't make you corny for liking it. But niggas will be like, how you put that above this? Because this didn't have no corny shit going on.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That's more of the argument.
And it's just like, you're not going to, and to not win an argument is just like, I think that's what makes people not want to say it. So it's just like, you're not going to mention something that you feel like you ain't like. It's the majority, like if it's 10 people in the room and we talking Family Matters versus Cosby Show, what's the point of me going in there and trying to battle with y'all niggas that already is just y'all gonna pick Cosby Show over Family Matters, and it's not just gonna be a fair fight.
The reason why the argument starts, because you could say in a conversation like, I fuck with Family Matters, ain't nobody gonna argue with you.
Yeah,
but when you say I put it above Cosby Show, then you just open the door for an argument. That's on you.
You might get faded.
Keep your motherfucking mouth closed. Say I like the show and move on, nigga. We accepted that, but you always do this too. Brian always do this. Nobody asks him compare it to nothing. We just be like, you fucking Family Matters. That's what's up. You be like, I actually put it above Cosby Show. It's like you opening the door. It's like it's like a nigga don't want to fight you. You squared up on him. You like, nah, I don't want to fight. You be like, I know you don't want to fight because you a bitch. It's like, well, nigga, now we gotta fight.
I be wanting people to tell me why they like shit so much. Honestly, that would be pissing me off because motherfuckers be acting like shit really good, and I'll be like, what was good about it then? Tell me an episode that you like the most. Niggas just be saying shit just to say it.
From Cosby Show?
I ain't talking about you. I know you like Cosby Show. I'm talking about some niggas would be just like, oh, Cosby Show, nigga. I'm just like, okay, like break down the seasons. Like what happened the first season? Like niggas just be saying it because they don't want to say that Family Matters was their show at the time. I bet you can name more Family Matters episodes than Cosby episodes.
Oh, I can't. I can. I'm
talking about you. I know you.
I know you ain't.
I just feel like motherfuckers really don't be on it like that. Like I don't remember them episodes. I remember certain episodes that people play, like they'll replay it when they had the little whole dance number on the stairs. Like a lot of people will mention that, but like what was going on in the middle?
I think so. I honestly think because you didn't grow up watching the Cosby Show, I think you should start from scratch and watch the Cosby Show and see how you feel about it.
Yeah, I didn't hate the show.
No, I know you don't. I'm just saying you're speaking from a level of I didn't watch it. It's kind of like if an old nigga got at me for saying, because we just talked about like you said what I put what show did we say What's Happening, and I was like I don't really know. Like I can't tell you an episode of What's Happening, and an OG would be like, nigga, are you crazy? Like that would be his because he watched it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But it's like, so I would have to go from scratch to watch What's Happening before I can even pass a judgment on it. I don't have no opinions on it because I haven't seen it.
Yeah. There's a lot of them.
But Cosby Show, I'll feel like even being a father, it's a lot of shit you will attach to it. Like Cosby Show, a lot of the shit dealing with as a father that I deal with, a lot of it I've seen in the Cosby Show growing up. A lot of it.
Yeah, like Cosby Show started before I was born, so it's kind of like I didn't get to watch Cosby Show and know exactly what was going on until the point to where it was just like shit. They was probably already about to start filming A Different World or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it was already grown to a point to where I'm just like I never got into the show. Now Martin, I was already 92. I was 8-9 years old. It was like I was already watching it because it was on TV. But Cosby Show. It's like
I got in. Yeah, it came on. I want to say it was damn near right when I was born, maybe. Oh,
Right,
shit, I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
That shit
What I'm
was
saying
like
is,
that shit was like 80. What was that? 83, 82, something like that. I'm about to look
yeah,
it
I was
up.
born
They
in
had like
'83.
they had like 2 different Cosby shows. It was like
Oh, the
Bill
other one
Cosby
didn't.
show,
The
and then
other
it
one
was
don't count.
Cosby.
That one don't count.
Okay.
That was with Doug E and them. That shit wasn't good.
What happened?
But just growing up, like I got into the Cosby Show during whatever the time it was on. But then we had that Action 36 where they would play the reruns. So I got to watch it from the beginning through there.
Okay, that shit came on when I was more like with 84.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I grew up with the Cosby Show, and like I said, a lot of the father shit he was doing is I learned a lot from it. I'll say that.
Gotcha.
A lot from it. It's a to me, as far as family shows goes, that's the number one family show.
Yeah, that shit ranked number 1 for like 5 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, 5 years straight, and they tied.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully fucking so. That's a great sitcom. That's a great sitcom I could watch from scratch every time.
Might be one of them things I got to go back to on a time to where I can just binge watch a TV show, but it's only 30 minutes too.
Yeah, it's like you throw it's more so like how you do Family Matters. You just throw it on when you like. Let me sit down right quick and just watch something.
Yeah, when we eating up, you're just like, man, throw an episode of Family Matters, man. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Do it with Cosby Show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jaleel, respectfully, I have to disagree with your theory on how black people don't. It's like I don't even want to misquote him. Your energy towards black people for not ranking Family Matters higher is, I think it's unfair.
Yeah, because we don't look at the shows that you said were hood shows as hood shows.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah.
And I don't think he said hood shows, but we that's what we got from it. We got that he was saying hood shows from it, and it's like the way he worded it makes you think he's saying Family Matters ain't hood enough for us to accept, when that's not even the case. It's just like we just don't rank it that high.
Right. No,
I think every black person would say they fucked with Family Matters to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
I think every black person that grew up watching it would say that.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Like, you can be mad all you want, but that ain't gonna put it higher on my list.
You gonna turn on the Bruce Lee on you.
So, nigga.
Hey, but we fuck with Who Made the Potato Salad for sure, nigga.
Tough. Fuck with it tough, though. And that's a hood classic.
Yeah. Hey, man, I don't give a fuck what nobody said about that. Shit was hilarious.
That shit is fucking hilarious.
Check out our review, too, on Who Made the Potato Salad.
Yeah, go look at it. Watch the movie and then watch our review. I think it's on Tubi still.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, like, share, subscribe, talk back wherever. If you there, let us know below how y'all feel about Jaleel's comments, and do you agree with putting that shit higher than it should be? For me, it's probably easily number 17 on the top 20 list.
Mine top 10.
This nigga's crazy.
Peace.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify, and follow us on IG and TikTok.